How you doing, Mayor Brown?
We're connected. Sorry for the delay today.
Oh, no worries at all. I know you're busy. So, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on being dad part two with Savannah. So, congratulations.
Very excited. It means we're busier than ever, but very
Yeah.
happy parents.
True. So, congratulations. So, let's get right at it. It's been a crazy busy week. 1,232 cases in Peel, a new record. Obviously, not good signs. I mean, where are these cases coming from?
Well, we know the number one source of transmission is workplaces, and that leads to community spread. An essential worker goes to work in a crowded factory. They bring it to their home and their neighborhood. It's why we brought in recently the Section 22 order. It used to be taboo. You can't close a factory, but Peel Region went on its own, issued a Section 22 order that says any workplace with 5 or more people getting COVID connected to their workplace, that factory will be shut down. The 5 people within a 2-week period.
Yeah.
That's how outbreaks start. 5 people get it, and then 600 people get it. And so I believe this action is going to help us curb the growth. And I thought it showed real leadership of Dr. Lowe to do this on his own.
Let's talk about that. So 5 COVID cases within a 14-day period, and a workplace would be shut down. I know that Dr. Lowe was talking about a non-essential, an essential list, right, of businesses that will be exempt. Do you know if that's out yet?
Yeah, and it's very limited. It's pharmacies that are administering vaccines, the hospital, grocery stores. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Do you know if Amazon will be exempt from this list?
No.
No? Okay. All right. I guess now I think you guys are naming, or Peel Public Health is naming the businesses. Is that correct?
The businesses that are an outbreak.
Okay. Awesome. And then we've been trying to look for this information for the longest time. We've heard so many cases of the Costco in Brampton having an outbreak. Can you confirm or deny this now that we're allowed to kind of say it?
So if they're an outbreak, they'll be listed on the website. Peel Region website. I haven't looked for an update today, but if they were an outbreak, it would be transparent and it would be posted. Okay. I'm not aware of an outbreak there.
No. Okay. And now the Ford government is talking about a sick pay program, the best in Canada, he says. How will this work? How do you think it'll work?
Well, this will be an important tool, and I thank the Ford government for changing course on this. Paid sick days are an important tool. There's a lot of people that simply can't afford to miss work. They can't afford to miss a paycheck. For them, it's the ability to put food on the table, to pay their rent. And I'm glad that we're going to have this new tool. 25% of our COVID-19 cases in Peel Region since August have related to people going into work sick. And this is something that Mayor Crombie from Mississauga and myself have been pointing out for a long time now. We wrote a joint op-ed in the Toronto Star 4 or 5 months ago calling for this. And so I'm very pleased to see it coming.
Good. Let's talk about the mobile vaccination clinics for 18 plus. Do you know when this is coming for this?
We are hoping that we're going to get them soon. The province has announced 3 mobile clinics for factories that will be coming up in the next 2 weeks. But right now, I'm told it's still a supply issue. Dr. Lowe says he doesn't want to cancel appointments for people that are already scheduled, and he's not going to set up 18 plus appointments until he has more supply.
I know you and I both got the AstraZeneca shot this week. How did you feel the next day?
No adverse reactions, and I would encourage everyone to get their AstraZeneca shot. The best vaccine you can get is the first one available. And in my case, it was AstraZeneca, and it feels great to get that level of protection.
Good. Unfortunately, there was news about a blood clot with an AstraZeneca vaccine in Ontario. Do you know if this happened in Peel?
I'm not aware of anything in Peel, but I would note the blood clots through a vaccine are lower than you'd see in the general population with your chance of getting COVID.
True. I don't know if you heard, but I know you've been in meetings all day, but now they're allowing AstraZeneca to be 30 plus, but not in Ontario yet. What are your thoughts on that?
Ontario's saying they don't have the supply yet, and so when they get more supply, they'll lower it. Right now, they're inundated with people like us, people in that 40 range wanting to book their AstraZeneca shot, and so when they run out of people who are in their 40s who want to get it, then they'll move down to a lower age group. And part of the rationale behind that is we're older. Believe it or not, we're more vulnerable. In your 40s, you're more vulnerable than those in their 30s.
True.
We're old, I guess, Khaled.
We're not old. We're not old. We're not old. So let me talk to you about outdoor. You know, I know you're very active, and you're taken back by things like golf, tennis, soccer, basketball, kind of being locked up. Can the city of Brampton kind of go against provincial orders and kind of say, hey, you know what? Let's just open them back up.
Because it's a provincial regulation, the legal interpretation is that just like a company would face severe fines, we would face severe fines. We would, and they're in the millions of dollars for breaching provincial regulations.
Okay.
So, no, we're not able to breach provincial regulation.
Okay. I know you've been very vocal about the airports kind of closing down or kind of restricting flights from, certain areas that are major hotspots right now, like India, flights coming in from Delhi and stuff. And they've banned it for 30 days. And now they're if transfer flights are being, the people that are transferring have to take COVID tests and, they have to be negative. Is this all kind of optics, or do you think this will work?
I think it's a half measure. The reality is when they canceled the UK flights earlier in the year, the airlines just rebooked through other destinations.
Yeah.
And the same thing will happen here. They'll just simply rebook. If you want to go to India, you can still go to India. You'll be going through London or Frankfurt or Zurich. And that's unfortunate because this is a major risk. Variants are entering our country. And if you look at any country that's had an effective COVID pandemic response, they were quick to close their airports. Look at Israel. Look at New Zealand. I just don't know why we're being so lackadaisical right now. You want to fly in from British Columbia where they're having an outbreak with the Indian variant. You can fly into BC, no quarantine required. If you want to fly from Dubai today, you could. And it's crazy to think that I can't go down the street and kick a soccer ball with my son, but I could fly to across the world if I wanted to and come back.
True.
How does that happen?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. So, I mean, have you seen any of the double mutant variants in Brampton? Do you know?
We haven't had any show up yet. Right now, there's a known case in Montreal, and I believe over 30 cases in British Columbia. The public health officials are very concerned that it's going to start to show up in Peel region, and it will create a huge strain on our system. It is much more transmissible.
One question we get asked a lot, and I just have to ask you, is when do you think in-class school will open up again?
I'm not sure. Ultimately, it'll be a provincial decision, and I believe when they get all their educators vaccinated, will be hopefully that they'll start a gradual return to class. But I haven't heard any speculation on when that will be, and it's not a local decision.
Okay. And I just have to bring this up. I know there was a meeting today about corruption in City Hall, and there's a lot that stems from like sole source contracts. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, there was allegations of different people working in the CEO's office. And so council voted to refer it to a third party to find out what's true. There's two allegations being made against each other. And so, we're not the judge and jury. We referred it to a third party to report back to council. And if any wrongdoings happened, we'll hold them accountable.
Cool. Is that a soccer jersey you're wearing?
No, it's a police memorial run. Once a year, we do a run for fallen officers.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. That's all the questions I have. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Take care.